Welcome back. It's officially the end of our special holiday, and it's a very special holiday in our country. It's Independent Day. It's a nationwide holiday, and literally everyone knows about this. Like kids, they're excited to have a day off and go back to our hometown or travel to some special places with their families. For my family, I get to travel to both of my hometown, from my mom's side and from my dad's side as well. And it's been extra fun. And I just actually finished washing my hair so that I can get ready for tomorrow, which is basically the first day to school, which is ever so excited. And I was thinking, why don't we learn some back to school phrasal verb to help you shine on your first day to school so everyone will look up to you and admire you, right? Yes, so let's learn one of the most common education phrasal verbs. Back to school phrasal verb. Let's get started. All right. The first phrasal verb we'll discuss is fall behind. Fall behind. Fall behind. Now, let's say that no one wants to fall behind on their first day to school or throughout their journey to school, right? So fall behind is to not be on schedule, to fall behind the standard or the level of students in a group or a class. Fall behind. Let's say that all of your class members, they remember to bring a book and you're the only one who forgot it. So you're falling behind. So if you accidentally fall behind, make sure to keep up with the others, keep up with. And we definitely learned the phrasal verb keep up with in the last phrasal verb episode. Keep up with means to reach the same point or level as. So remember, if you fall behind, please keep up with your friends. All right. Next phrasal verb, go over. Go over. To go over means to review something. For example, you have to go over your lessons, go over what you're going to study for tomorrow's class. So go over, to review something, very basic. Next phrasal verb is to look up. Look up. You definitely heard of a phrasal verb, which is to look up a word in a dictionary, right? So look up is to find a piece of information in a book or on the internet, etc. Look up is just find a piece of information in a book or on the internet. Look up. All right. Next is miss out. Miss out. Miss out is to not include something or someone. For example, you are always missing out on all the fun occasions, on all the fun parties, right? So that is miss out, to not include something or someone in a particular enjoyable occasion. So miss out. Next phrasal verb is run through. Run through. Remember, this is actually back to school phrasal verbs, education phrasal verb. So it does not mean to actually run through something. In this scenario, run through means to rehearse, to read something quickly in order to repeat or check. So run through. I have to run through this script super fast in order to, act in it later on. Yeah, because for example, you have to act in a play in about 5 minutes and you only have a couple of minutes to, rehearse through the script. So that you will say that I have to run through. Run through means to rehearse something quickly in order to repeat and check. Run through. Next phrasal verb is take in. Take in. Take in means to absorb new facts or information. Take in. You know that whenever you come to class, you have to take in a lot of information. Yeah, take in a lot of information. So take in just basically means that to absorb some new facts, to, know some new information, to learn some new information. So yeah, that's basically the meaning of take in, to absorb new facts or information. Take in a lot of information. Next phrasal verb, mix up. Mix up. In cooking, you said you mix up all the ingredients. Well, what about in learning? How can you mix up? Well, yes, you can definitely do that. So mix up is to confuse things or people. For example, my friend Brian always get me mixed up with his like twin brothers. Cause like, for example, if your friend Brian have a twin and you always get like those two mixed up together. So mix up is to confuse things or people. Yeah, it's a bit similar in cooking because in cooking you mix up all the ingredients together. So it's a bit similar to learning, education. Okay, makes sense. Next phrasal verb, catch on. Catch on. Catch on simply means to understand. So for example, they were laughing at me and I did not catch on until my friend told me. Means that, for example, like I said in the example, they were laughing at me and I did not catch on until my friend told me. It means that other people, they were laughing at you and you did not understand anything until your friend told you. So catch on means to understand. All right, next phrasal verb. Drop out. Drop out. Drop out is also a very common phrasal verb. Drop out means to leave school or university before your course or your class has finished. Yeah, she dropped out of college in her first term because she wanted to find a job to support her family. So she just, dropped out. She just left school, left university to find a job to, support her family since her families are kind of poor. So drop out, to leave school or university. All right. Next phrasal verb, hand in. Hand in. Hand in is to give a piece of your work to your teacher so that they can, check and give out your grades. So hand in. Tomorrow is the schedule that I have to hand in one of the most important essay. So hand in something to give a piece of your work to your teachers or your professors. Hand in. Next phrasal verb, hand out. So what's the differences between hand in and hand out? It's actually pretty obvious because hand in means that you give something to somebody, right? But hand out is that you will give out maybe some posters or some flyers to a lot of people. So those handout actually has both verbs, phrasal verb, and also a noun too. If it's actually, for example, I have a poster, I can say that this is actually a handout. A handout can be a noun because it used to describe some kind of, posters, some flyers to give to other people. But handout can also be a phrasal verb too. Makes sense, right? Because like a noun is like a poster. This is a handout. A phrasal verb means to give some piece of information to a large group of people. Handout. Okay. Next phrasal verb. I love this one. Sail through. Sail through means to do something or deal with something easily. Like, even though my friend was sick yesterday, he would still be able to sail through his exams today. Yeah, he was sick, but he can still deal with the exam easily. So sail through means to do something or deal with something easily. To sail through something means to do something easily. Sail through. Next phrasal verb, sign up. Sign up, to take part in something. Sign up. Let's sign up for the debate competition tomorrow. Let's take part in it. Let's sign up for it. So sign up. Next phrasal verb is study under. Study under means to be taught by someone. I remembered during middle schools, I was studied under by a very strict professor. Means that I was taught by a very strict professor. So study under someone. Study under. To be taught by someone. Next phrasal verb, read over. Read over. Now, what's the differences between read over and go over? Because we just learned go over in the middle of this video, right? So read over and go over have some differences. So go over means to review something, for something, like to review or rehearse a lesson. But read over is to actually read something, but to check it in detail, right? You actually do read that, but you have to check for your mistakes or like errors. So read over is to read something, check something in detail. Okay. And our last phrasal verb for this, back to school phrasal verbs for today is opt for. Opt for. Opt for means to choose a particular option or thing. There are actually a lot of options for clubs, but I opt for debate club. I opt for a music club. So opt for is to choose a particular subject, a particular option or thing. Yeah. Today we learned a bunch of phrasal verbs, and I hope that you will shine on your first day of school by using those phrasal verbs. Yeah. I think it's actually very fun learning this, and I learned a lot from it, honestly. So bye. I'll see you, and let me know what your first day of school. How was it? I am looking forward to it also. So bye. See ya.